Hello, in this tutorial I will discuss the different types of actions Gidjit offers. As a reminder, you cannot add actions to the likely panels, as they are automatically done for you. I will begin adding actions to my Baltimore panel. I will only add actions I am likely to use while in the city. First I will select the panel. The first action I will add is to launch the Facebook app. You can access apps launched from the App Store in the text field here. I will enter the name in the text field and then press Done. You can search through all the apps of the App Store, just enter a valid search term. Once the results appear, I will pick the Facebook app. I could select multiple apps to add to my panel. A check mark, as seen next to the Facebook logo, means it can be directly launched by hitting the icon from here or the detected screen. Some apps do not allow direct launching. If this is the case, you will see a banned symbol instead of the check mark. If the app has not been processed by Gidjit yet, you will see a question mark. Please wait 2 to 3 days and it will automatically update. A quick tip, you can move actions around, configure and delete them from here. Just to give you an example, I'll press the edit button. You can move them up and down. Done. Or I could swipe right, configure it, change the name or the image. When you open an app from the App Store direct launch, you'll be prompted for permission the first time you do it. However, you will not be prompted again. This is just an iOS feature. Now let's look at the rest of the actions. To see the rest of the actions, just press All Other Actions. The first action is Stream Podcast from Recent List. I will select this one just to give you an example. I love the history of Rome, so I will add that podcast. Once you're finished creating an image, make sure you press Done in the top right in order for it to work. So I press Done. If you hit the back button, you'll lose all your settings. So now you can see it's going to be on row 2 on the bottom. So let's just go back and take a look at that. So now if I go to Baltimore, I can see that there's the history of Rome. Just to give you an example, I'm going to hit it just to show you it working. So, you can select from your podcast. I'm just going to hit the first one and just to show you it playing, hit Done in the top right, it'll start playing. Okay, so let's just clear that and then go back. Now let's just look at the rest of the actions. Stream Latest Podcast is very similar, except it just plays the latest day's podcast. This is great for those to update daily. It's kind of like some news podcasts and so forth. The next two items with the blue allow you to create and play playlists for music. And if you're subscribed to Apple Music, you can select music to play from there too. The next action allows you to view and read RSS feeds. I'm just going to do this one because this is a little tricky. You just have to find where your RSS feed is. There's some detailed description at the bottom to what to do, but basically you just want to enter the site of where you want to find your RSS feeds from. So for example, I read a lot of BBC, so I'll type BBC feed. So here we see the news RSS feeds. Once they're found on the page, you'll see found 28 feeds. So I'll select one. So maybe I'll do business. So I'll do BBC Business, hit done. I'll go back. This is just to choose a background color. You can just select choose or cancel and it's all ready to go. Okay, and again, make sure you hit done or it's going to lose all your settings. So now I see I have the BBC. I can launch it from here, but I'm just going to show you me launching it from the detected screen. So I just hit the back button. Okay, so now you can read your, read the latest business feed from BBC right inside the app. And you'll also be able to launch and do all of this from the widget too. Let's just hide that. You can see a quick jump to icon just showed up on the bottom. All right, let's go back to actions and try and move quickly through the rest. Contact launch is great. You just pick somebody from your address book, select it, and then you'll be able to either make a phone call, FaceTime audio, send a message real quick. Let me just give you an example of one I've already done so I don't have to show my whole address book. So Top left, that's just so I can just give them a phone call. Message is the second. FaceTime audio is the third. Then I can do the FaceTime video, which is on the bottom left, or I can send them an email as long as that information is in my address book. You can do it all from here. Done. That's a really useful one. I'll get into custom URL and React Native Action Views or micro apps in a different tutorial. That's a little bit technical. Duplicate existing actions. That just speaks for itself. You can just copy to a different panel some actions you've already created. For example, if I'm in Baltimore but I want to have a couple the same when I go to a different city or whatever, I can just add them using the duplicate without having to customize and configure them from the scratch. All of these home actions, I won't get into too much detail, but I will say that in order to get the home actions to work, make sure you go to settings first from here, which is the bottom left. Just make sure you log in. You can just select any of these three to log in or give permission so you can access them. Let's go back to Baltimore and all other actions. Okay, so that was the home ones. The next one is built-in Apple Actions. This is great if you want to make a phone call to somebody that may not be in your phone book, or you can launch basically all the built-in Apple applications. Safari, you could link to a web page. You can customize these all the same way too. Open the weather app. There's lots to choose from here. And then we have apps with custom launch. This is also apps from the App Store. However, you can maybe they have like a unique launch, so you can launch to us, for example, in this Facebook, a specific Facebook page or a Facebook group. And then finally, entertainment links. These are just if you want to link to your iTunes shows or movies that you've purchased or any podcasts or anything like that. Okay, that was basically it, just to give you a quick overview of all the actions of Gidjit. You'll get to know them a lot more as you begin configuring the app, and then I think you'll find it really useful to have all these actions so quickly accessible. All right, thank you.